the game. You can't access it. Alright, it is time. Let's finish this. It's been a long journey. I still need to highlight the other two parts. Alright, I know where one of them is. I actually know where two of them are, so I'm gonna start with the ones I know. Oh wait, we need a straw poll for it? No.
You've got dads.
Is it loud? Is it too loud? Oh, I hate this song. Alright, we're doing the first death. Nobody wants to vote.
Nice.
Alright, here's what we have to do. We have to keep jumping off the rocks. And then we die. I'll race you to the top. You know it. Belly flop in the water. This is fun. Got one more in you? I live for danger. I never felt more alive. Alright, bro. You sure? It's my time to jump. I screw up the rocks once more and do another classic cannonball. Wow, this is so fun. Getting kind of cold. Want to go back to the camp now? No, I'm here to jump. Run without me. I've got at least 20 more jumps in me. Okay, dude. I'll, see you back there. Craig gets up and leaves. Maybe I should head after him. There is nothing more at the waterfall. Finally, some peace and quiet so I can work on my form. I scramble up the rocks again. Man, the adrenaline's wearing off, I guess. By the time I get to the top, I'm gasping for air. Here goes nothing! I take a running start for my biggest jump yet, but as I get to the edge, I trip, tumbling off the cliff and onto the rocks below. As my broken body slips into the water, I look down to see a pool of red forming around me. I don't have long, just long enough to be alone with my thoughts. Why did I push myself beyond my physical limits? Why did I let my search for adrenaline overrule my sensibilities? Why didn't I use the buddy system? Goodbye, cruel world. I could see that my chances at love were dashed much the same as my poor body was dashed upon these rocks of this waterfall. Fuck! You died, you water fell to your death. Oh, okay, so it just brings you back. We did it! Woo! We died. Alright. Alright, next I'm gonna do Joseph's. Let's see here. Craig text. I think I'll load it from there. In fact, real quick, I'm gonna do this scene because I haven't done this before. We're gonna go to the gym because I haven't seen this scene, so I'm gonna do that too. Hey, my man, I need a few minutes to wake up, but let's meet in 20. After a few seconds, another text comes in. Sure thing, meet me at the gym. I stretch and my bones creak. I gotta stop falling asleep on the couch. I throw off my blanket and... Hey, wait, I don't remember falling asleep with a blanket. Man, it must have tucked me in after I fell asleep. Bless that child. I reluctantly brush my teeth, throw on the only clothes I own that are even kind of gym appropriate, and head out. Bad Amanda ending? No. No bad Amanda endings. Neighborhood is quiet and serene this early in the morning. Birds chirp and the grass is still wet with dew. Surprisingly, the gym is pretty crowded. I spot Craig standing out front, stretching. Of course. He spots me and waves enthusiastically. Hey bro, good morning. The gym? That's a good gym. That's what I would name my gym. Hey, good to see you, man. I'm definitely not as pumped up as he is. Maybe I should have had some coffee before I left. You ready to kick some butt? Gotta stay posy. With your help I am. H-E-L-P. Gotta stay posy, dude. I'm here to party. That's the spirit, my dude. Now, there's not a death scene here. Just, by the way, this is just a scene that I haven't seen yet, so I wanted to do it. We head into the gym, and I'm immediately intimidating. All these people look like they could break me in half, and it seems like Craig is friends with all of them? Oh. He high-fives and finger guns all the cool jocks in the room. They look like they could and would steal my lunch money to spend on protein shakes. Come on, bud. Let's warm up. We head over to the treadmills and start walking. Okay, I can walk. Walking is good. This is a decent place to be. Walking. So, I know we are on treadmills. Yes. And those over there are ellipticals. Very good. What is all this other stuff? Craig laughs. They might look a little scary, but I guarantee that all of them serve a specific purpose for building muscle mass. I watch as a dude in a muscle tee flexes a muscle I didn't know existed on a machine I think was once used to process grain into flour. What is that? Why is that guy doing that to himself? Nice. That's a good question, bro. What do you think he's doing? Training to crush people's skull with his thighs, using a medieval torture device, praying to some sort of pain god. Bro! Using a medieval torture device. There's a tiny man in there, right? And he did something that the court found unfavorable, and now that muscular dude's doling out justice in the form of pain. Hi. What? Oh no, Craig is turning up the speed. I better do the same. How long have you been doing the buff thing? Yo, what's up, Gix? A couple of years. And what are you doing? You're not dadding or working or buffing. Oh, Gix, you missed the first death scene. We died. Oh, I coached my twin softball team. That still counts as both dadding and buffing. I keep busy. What do you do for fun? Oh yeah, so Craig like doesn't take any breaks because we found that out. Yeah. I love learning. I try to live my life as close to a Jimmy Buffett song as possible. I check out my hot bod. I love learning. Try to educate myself about the world around me. I'm like a sponge for knowledge, soaking up all the intellectual content. You know, history, the paranormal, wilderness, survival, aliens, mostly those things. So you watch the History Channel too, huh? Yes. Yeah. We're jogging now. Oh god, we're jogging now. I look over to Craig, who hasn't even broken a sweat. How is he doing this so effortlessly? I'm dying. I can feel my life force draining through every orifice in my body. Hey, remember when my fish died in college? No, I don't like this story. Let me try again. I'm not sure anymore, Mammox. Oh my god, he's really bumping up the speed again. I guess I better do it too. Oh, this is fast. This is very fast. We were at that party, and you vowed to make me feel better. You tell me to create a distraction, so of course I do a sick keg stand and get everyone cheering. And then I try to steal a fish from a fish tank at the party with my bare hands like an idiot. And then you drop the fish, and it's flopping around, and you panic. So you run up to me post-keg stand with a dying, dirty fish in your hands that you scooped off the ground, and you're telling me that we have to leave. So we're running out of a frat party with a fish and trying to give it mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. And we get him home and get him in a bowl of water, but the prognosis was grim. And the next day, he's alive and well. They never did catch the great fish thieves of Grand Ridge U. And they never will. I shoot off the end of the treadmill, crashed into the wall. Jesus, that hurts. Dude! Bro, are you okay? Craig offers me a hand and looks me over for injuries. I'm fantastic. I managed to stand up and rub my back. It doesn't hurt now, but I'm sure it will later. You don't have to push yourself like that. Always know your limits. Well, I think I might call our gym adventure here. You sure? Yeah. Alright, well, here, I brought you this. Craig hands me a shaker bottle full of thick green liquid. I stare at it with what must be apparent distaste. It's a protein shake, bro. Oh, thank you. No, protein shakes are brown because you get the chocolate flavor, not spinach flavor. Oh, Snuggly definitely doesn't know his limits. He always pushes himself back past what he's able to in every situation ever. You can guide me? Alright. You do that. It's in Brian Date. Which Brian Date is it in? He wants me to drink it. Oh boy, here goes. I'll take a small sip. It's actually delicious. Wow, this is really good. And good for you. It's my special recipe. I'm pretty proud of it. You probably put banana in it. I heard that masks the taste of anything. Brian's last date? Alright.
Hey.
Let me know if you ever want to work out again. Maybe we can try running around the neighborhood if treadmills aren't your speed. No pun intended, bro. Oh, you know what? I think I've seen the achievement. Is this something to do with the Ferris wheel? Oh yeah, and in the next date we run around the neighborhood. Good one. Well, I gotta go put some ice on this everything. I'll see you around. Leave the gym feeling ashamed. Craig used to order delivery from the pizza place across the street from our dorm. Now he can run circles around me, literally. Man, I really gotta work on this dad bod. I get home and lie down on the couch. It hurts to move. Oh god, I'm so old. Oh no, I must have fallen asleep. What time is it? Shoot, it's... Oh, okay. Alright, we did that. Let's see. I think this is what we need.
Welcome. You've got
Is this the one where I haven't dated Robert? Okay, yeah. So this is a fresh one. We gotta go through Joseph. You have chocolate ice cream in the freezer. That's crazy. Oh. By the way, while I'm just going through this, I'm gonna explain the whole deal with the cult ending for those who don't know, because I talked about it last time I played. So, in this game, there's an achievement where you have to get a secret ending with Joseph, and it's like a cult ending where he's like the leader of a weird cult and shit. It's really weird, and it explains a few things in the game, but it's actually impossible to get now. Like, it's not in... Like, it's in the game, but you can't access it in the game. So the achievement's impossible to get. So, some people, when the game came out, they took the ending and they put it into, Renpai, like a different visual novel thing. And they managed to, you know, like, recreate it there. But, you know, I figured since it's not part of the actual game, I'm just gonna pass on it. I don't feel like downloading it and going through it, especially because I read some of it. It's really weird. So yeah. Exactly, Meowmix. I don't know if they're gonna like release it as DLC or something, but it's weird. So the way basically what happens here, I'll kind of just explain it if you really don't want to hear it. I don't really care. I can explain it if you don't want to hear spoilers for some reason, I won't. But it's weird. You basically like, instead of waking up on the yacht, like on the third Joseph date, you wake up in a dungeon, and then Joseph's there in like creepy makeup and has a weird like outfit on. And he talks about how you're like trapped down there, and he also talks about how his kids are like not really his kids, they're actually like vessels, which is probably why they act so creepy. And then I think Mary tries to make you escape. I think at some point Joseph implies that like he is the reason why all the dads are single. Like he is the reason a lot of the people have died. He's also, I think it's implied he's the Dover ghost, like, from Robert's dates, and that at one point, they, like, he lured Robert down there or something, and he got it. So, I don't know if you remember, but on the first night, we asked Robert about a tattoo on his hand, and the tattoo is, like, the same symbol that you see in the dungeon or something. And Robert says it's a reminder, probably a reminder to never deal with Joseph again. Because, like, it's implied that they had some sort of relationship thing. So he gets this tattoo of a creepy dungeon on his hand. There's certain parts where it seems like there's, like, you're hallucinating. Because you see, like, a demon version of Amanda and shit. And you keep waking up in here. And then you wake up in the dungeon again. Mary tries to help you escape. And then, like, at the very end, it ends with, like, this new dad showing up. And he's, like, a detective. And he's talking about things and... it's really weird. It also explains in this game, if you do the first two Robert dates, as in his normal dates, not the ones I did, and then you do the Joseph third date, Robert expresses his disapproval, and he says that you should stay away from Joseph. And then Monica shows up. I wish. So, I don't know, it's weird shit. You can look at a summary of it on the Dream Daddy wiki, or you can watch a video of it. That's not the good Joseph ending, technically. According to the game, the good Joseph ending is him staying together with Mary. So, I'm assuming it's either not canon or something, I don't know, because I don't know why they have the achievement in the game if you can't access it. It's weird. But yeah, so it's impossible to 100% this game.
You've got dads.
Alright, let's do the next death ending. Yeah, you're right, man. But I mean, it makes sense. Joseph is like, he's always the one that seems off in this game, so it makes sense he would be the leader of a fucking cult. Yeah, King Law. Alright. Alright, real quick. I need to pull up the Dream Daddy wiki. Because I have to do all the worst dance moves and then try to do a backflip. So I need to make sure I'm doing the worst ones. Okay. So I have to do the worm. I dropped to the floor and immediately regret it. I'm going to be feeling this for weeks. Wow, I'm definitely not as good at this as I was in college. After a few week full body undulations, I get back to my feet. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but too much too fast. He's gonna break his neck. Yeah, actually, I think he does. Also, you're covered in dirt now. Look around at all the semi-disgusted youths. Maybe that was the wrong move. Alright, Snuggly, let's turn up the heat. Okay. Then we have to do either shopping cart or sprinkler, I think. Let me just make sure. Let's see. Just select all the worst options. Oh, dude, I'm looking at the trivia. Apparently, Joseph's actual bad ending, you stay in a relationship with him. That's weird. Alright, so I think I have to do... shopping cart. Push my shopping cart down the aisle, picking up groceries as I go. Joseph follows my lead and starts making his way down the frozen food section. He checks expiration dates as he goes. I look around at the youths. They seem to be into it. Nice work, but we better pick it up or they'll lose interest quick. The windmill scares the children, so... I've seen breakdancers do this shit, so it shouldn't be too hard. I drop to the floor and try to spin my legs around. I'm sure this does not look appealing. that doesn't look appealing. I look around at the youths. They are not appealed. They're not looking too lively yet, but we can still turn it around. Attempt twerking. Twerking is still a thing kids do, right? I gyrate my butt. Oh, this feels bad. This is really rough on my lower back. Several of the kids have their heads in their hands. One kid is filming with his phone. My career in politics is over. Alright, maybe twerking wasn't the best choice. Alright, time for the big finish. Attempt an unrehearsed backflip. I've seen plenty of people do backflips before. It can't be that hard, right? I bend my knees to throw my arms back. Joseph grabs me. Snuggly, don't you dare. I know I could land it. I'm not letting you break your neck in my church. We're not insured for that. The kids stand in odd silence. The miscalculation of my dance selections and the stumbling awkwardness of my bodily movements that followed will be the stuff of legends. Buddy, I can't believe this. Usually I try to defeat... Wait, did I actually not get it? Usually I try to diffuse a situation like this with a self-deprecating joke, but I can tell we're way beyond that. If I don't do something big, Joseph, Amanda, and the entire youth center population of Maple Bay will never look at me the same way again. In silence, I shift my weight to one side, take a breath, and prepare to do an acrobatic, step-style sideways flip, which I plan to transition to a headspin or one of those cool other breakdancing moves that you used to think are so cool. Dude, I'm about to do it. I always secretly believed I'd be really good at that kind of thing. I was wrong. In one motion, I tumble myself directly through a nearby drink table. Rolling to my feet, I continue to crash and break through the succession of other snack tables in my path. The kids laugh in shock and point their fingers and smartphone cameras. It'd be a great viral comedy goof, a $10,000 hit, if on the last table I didn't slip on a discarded punch ladle and smack into the punch bowl chin first, breaking my neck and killing me instantly. I don't even have time to think about my daughter and my final moments of consciousness, or waits from beyond the veil. Maybe I'll never know. Maybe this is it. Blackness. Never attempt physical activity without stretching first. Panic at the Disco. You know I had to do it to him. Alright. That's two. Last one's with the third Brian date.
Welcome. You've got
Alright,
that.
let me... Oh, that's good shit. Sludgy smile. Alright. Unfortunately, we have to be an asshole. I don't want to be an asshole, but this is how we get the death. I like that, Gix. Oh, I don't want to do this again.
Ball.
I'm gonna get a perfect score. Fuck. I don't care. Skip. I did way better in my actual playthrough, but I don't care. They're getting stuck. I did it, guys. You know I had to do it to him. Guys, I broke the game. Oh shit. They're all stuck. Yeah! Speech. I've achieved the title Peak Dad. I am the Alpha Dad. Fathers around the world cower before my patriarchal superiority. I invite any dad to come before my crown and I will most assuredly defend it. There. Alright. Oh, it's the wrong background. That's fine. We have to be an asshole. I feel like such an ass for believing that for a second. Snuggly, are you serious? Throw a punch. I lunge at Brian with the best right cross I can muster, but I completely miss and flip over the side of the carriage, my fingers barely holding onto the railing. Brian tries to help me up, but it's too late. I fall. My last thoughts as my body lays broken and bloody and supine on the floor of the fairgrounds are my daughter. Who will care for her? What kind of woman will she be? I hope she can be spared the sight of my mangled corpse. These are the things I will never know, all thanks to the folly of pride. Fair warning. Pride goeth before a fall. Yeah, if you're an asshole to Brian, you deserve it, honestly. Alright. We did them. Alright, achievement-wise... Let's see, what are we looking at? Okay, so the only achievements I don't have are Catch of the Day, Yo Ho Ho Ho, and World's Okayest Dad, and Escape from Margarita Zone, but that's the cult ending, so you can't get that one. Catch of the Day is you have to earn a match fishing score of 2,000. Yo Ho 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 is 18 holes in one at the pirate mini game, like the pirate mini golf. And then Okayest Dad is the Bad Amanda ending. I don't think I care enough to get those. Man, I started playing this game in February. It was almost 2 months ago. February 16th. Man, that took way too long. Is Fortnite up? Ah! I've been pranked. Frick. It's up, but I'm in the waiting room. Time to move on to coming out on top. Nah. Alright, so. I think I'm gonna give a hot little review of each dad. So, that was a very good game. First of all, overall impressions, that's a super good game. I love this game. It's hilarious. Very well made. And honestly, I think all the characters are really good. They're all really interesting. Like all the dads. I know a lot of people didn't like Joseph. And I didn't like him a lot either, but as a character, how he was designed, I liked how he was designed. Because they were trying to make him seem kind of off-putting, seem a little odd, you know? So I think they did that really well. Amanda, best dad. Amanda, I also really liked Amanda. She was a good character as well. And the player character is pretty cool too. But I mean, he's kind of just like... kind of generic sometimes. Anyway, as far as each dads go, I start with Hugo. I thought Hugo was alright. He was trying to think, what were his dates? It was the aquarium, then it was the trivia night, and then it was the wrestling. I think it was a little odd that his conflict... Oh, here we go. There we go. I think it's a little odd that his conflict was like the not wanting people to know that he liked wrestling. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure I liked that so much. But I think what he did, I think the dates that he had were pretty decent, but not as good as some of the other ones. This is a good picture, though. I like the picture. Next, Joseph. I already talked about him a little bit. Really interesting. I think if the cult ending was in the game and I did it, and I mean, I know kind of what it was, like, I would maybe rate him a little higher. And as a character, I think Joseph's really good. He's supposed to be off-putting, and he really does that well. His entire family does. Just nothing about... When you start thinking about it, nothing about Joseph really seems normal. And I liked that. And flipping it on the head where his good ending has you not in a relationship with him in any way, really. It's like... I liked that. He was a weird character, but, you know, that was the point. I thought the first 2 dates were okay. There's just some weird shit. Matt. I wasn't a huge fan of Matt at first. But I think the second and third date... The end of the second date was funny when they smoked oregano. That was pretty good. And then the third date kind of turned it around. I thought it was pretty sweet. But that's basically what what Matt's third date was. It was just really sweet. As a character, I mean, they nailed it. They nailed the kind of character he was supposed to be. I liked him. I don't know if I would, like... He's not top tier. He's like middle tier. I'll make a tier list in a little bit. Damien. I really liked Damien's dates. A lot. Except, I don't know, the third one was a little odd, mainly because, you know, he was different in the third one. And I liked that like, at the end, I think his conflict was better than Hugo's, of, like, not wanting people to know that he's kind of just, he's not always like this. He's just kind of normal sometimes, too. I think it's a decent conflict. And it was, the third date was cool seeing him act a little different, but I think I liked the first 2 dates a little more. The second one was good when he was getting scared at the theater, and Damien's that was just a sweet little thing between the dad and Damien. So Damien's top tier. Brian. I liked Brian. I thought that it was a little... The end, them hooking up together, it was like... Seemed a little more unnatural than some of the other ones, considering they weren't really in contact much. And up until the Ferris wheel, they were kind of, like, mad at each other. I don't know. Yeah, that was pretty good. I liked that part. I liked Brian as a character. In the relationship itself, didn't always work super well, but I liked the minigames, too. I liked the minigames we got to play with Brian. So overall, Brian, probably mid-tier. I think it's interesting having, like, a rival kind of character, even though he wasn't trying to. So that was cool. Craig. I liked Craig. I think it was cool having 2 characters who, like, knew each other, but they started learning, like, more about each other, you know? Makes a bit more sense for their relationship because they had, like, a past together. And I liked his conflict of just trying to relax, you know, because you'd think he's like the perfect dad, but because he's being so perfect, he's actually not being perfect. Play with Brian. So I thought Craig's was pretty cool too. Craig's high tier. And Robert, I really liked Robert. He might have been my favorite, honestly. I really liked Damien too, but Craig was also good. I liked Craig as well, but Roberts, maybe it was mainly because like the first time through I took the path where you can't get his ending. But going back through and getting his good ending and stuff, I think that it was a nice change of pace. I liked how much it switched up. I liked his whole, he could be pretty cool sometimes, and his vulnerableness. I think he was probably the most interesting character. Had the most development. So I really liked him. A dad rating simulator. So, if I'm gonna rate the dads based on just personally how much I liked them, not necessarily how well they were written. So I think, and I like all the characters, I should clarify, but I think I'm gonna have to go, Joseph is last, which you guys probably saw that coming. Joseph is last. Then I think it's Hugo. Then I'm gonna have to go with Brian. Then I think I'll put Matt because I liked his ending. Then I think I have to do Damien, Craig, and then Robert. So I think Robert was my favorite. I liked Craig a lot too. I thought Craig's third date was really good. That kind of like pushed him ahead of Damien for me. So Joseph, Hugo, Brian, Matt, Damien, Craig, Robert. I liked Damien though. It's really close between Damien and Craig. It could just be that since I did Damien first, it's like I kind of forgot it. But Damien, Craig, maybe they're sharing second place. But Robert's my favorite. Comprehensive essay about each dad. I could probably make a comprehensive essay about all the dads. I should do that for English someday. If I ever am given an assignment where I need to do that. But yeah, that was a really good game. So now that's I finished it basically. I mean, pretty much. I'm finished with it. I'm done with it. That was really good. So I don't know what I'm gonna play next casually. Maybe just forever play Fortnite. Game as a whole, 7 out of 10. I'd say as a whole, I'd rate it like 8.5 out of 10. I mean, it's like, for what it was supposed to be, I really liked it. It's not like, I can't compare this game to Odyssey. Dream Daddy versus DDLC. I think DDLC is better than Dream Daddy, but they're kind of hard to compare because this is a dating simulator and that was a off-the-walls visual novel. Dream Daddy is better than Sakura Beach. Sakura Beach is supposed to be a joke, buddy. Yeah, but I like DDLC more, but Dream Daddy's pretty good. It was supposed to be. So yeah, that was pretty good. I have to highlight this and the other two parts and a CPU match, but I'll get those on YouTube. And maybe one day when I'm famous, people can watch these for fun. But yeah, if you are watching it on YouTube, thank you for watching my Dream Daddy series. I appreciate it. I love you. And I'll see you later. And if you're watching on Twitch, thank you for watching my Dream Daddy series. I love you.